let's talk about Nick Mullens, because it's kind of like the opposite right now. Let's describe Nick Mullens' psyche.
So Nick Mullens is basically, okay, this is the way that I kind of thought about it to myself. When you have a party when you're younger and your parents go out and you have the house to yourself and it's you and the little brother and whatever, you have this great party and everything, and all your buddies come over and you're the older sibling and somebody comes to your house and breaks your vase. And so you got to take that, you have to take the blame for that. And little brother's just sitting there. Parents come home and they're like, oh, what happened to this beautiful vase? And it's like little brother points the fingers and he's like, oh, his buddies broke it. We had a party. And all the blame goes on big brother, and big brother's in big trouble, right? So I think of Nick Mullens.
I pulled that move on my big brother many times.
I think we all have, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm the younger sibling, so I'm the youngest of three. And honestly, I've thrown my siblings under the bus just to get my way or to be like the golden child for the week, whatever. So I feel like Nick has this opportunity to throw his brother under the bus and to be, you know, what his parents always thought he would be and potentially take over as, you know, that king of the household for now, right? And I think he's feeling pretty good. I see that version of Nick Mullens right now that I saw in 2018 when he was hyping up the Raiders or after the Raiders game. So I see this version and I don't think it's going away because, you know what, not only is he the sweet guy that goes and fixes the pylons, he's also this guy that gets on that field, pulls up his pants and acts like the big brother Jimmy needs to act like. So I think he's got this confidence level that Jimmy needs, and it's terrifying for Jimmy, but it feels friggin' great for Nick. Baby.
Yeah, I agree. To me, what I see from Nick is a guy who honestly believes he's better than the starter. I think I see it. And imagine, I mean, look, Jimmy's a very instinctive quarterback who plays very well and usually wins. But he's not, how do I say this nicely? He's not a cerebral quarterback. And I imagine in meetings, I know in practices, Nick is better, but that's not real football. I know in practices, I've seen it. I imagine in meetings, he's also better than Jimmy. And Jimmy sometimes is a little late to answer the question or have the read. And Nick's sitting there like, $27 million, huh? Okay, well, we'll see what happens when I get on that field. And it was just so interesting. Like, he has the type of confidence and self-belief that a lot of starters don't. I mean, Derek Carr doesn't have that. Kirk freaking Cousins doesn't have that. And one thing I'll say is it may be something that Nick Mullens just has, no matter what. I don't know. But it's also something that we'll see. Like, if he keeps playing this well, he'll get the big contract. He'll become a starting quarterback somewhere, maybe here, maybe not, maybe somewhere else. Then the pressure ratchets up. Then if you have one big game, then the fans hate you. If you get to the playoffs and you lose, it's your fault. And then you have to get blamed all offseason, and you have to deal. Then you're on the therapist table too. Yeah. So he hasn't been exposed to that level of thing. And what I feel is like no starting quarterback makes it through the NFL unscathed mentally. So it's waiting for Nick one day if he earns it. But right now he doesn't have it, and he goes on the field and he plays without any cloud over his head. And I think that the rest of their teammates feel it. It's not like, oh, which Jimmy do we have today? Or how's Jimmy feel about where's Jimmy's mind at? Is he jittery? It's like, well, for whatever reason, we don't have to worry about Nick's confidence. Not that Jimmy has become like a mental case because he's played 6 quarters this year. I just think that there's a definite difference in the feel. When we watched the 6 quarters of Jimmy, it was 4 shaky quarters and 2 good ones. Where you're like, oh my God, what's up with Jimmy? What's up with Jimmy? And with Nick, it's like, seems like he's okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So honestly, the way that you said that, just with Nick even playing better than some of the other quarterbacks in the NFL that are starting quarterbacks, that just literally speaks to how he gets out on that field and he isn't weighed down by the pressures of the big contract, by exactly everything that you said. And the sad thing is that, you know what, Jimmy is, and he still needs to figure that out. But like, there are things that he can look at Nick and maybe take from, right? Like, something that I really like about Nick that I think that maybe Jimmy needs to try and channel is just the presence that he has with the team. So I don't know if you saw the video of them going out on the field too, and like just how Nick was jiving with the guys and bouncing up and down and like, you know, jamming to the music. I don't think I've seen Jimmy like that. I don't think I've seen
not in a while.
No, and Jimmy hasn't given a big speech to hype everybody up. You don't see Kendrick Bourne jumping up and down with big smile on his face like, this is my guy. Like, that's not there for Jimmy, right? But that's there for Nick. So I don't know. Like, I feel like watching that as Jimmy on the sidelines, that's got to hurt. And that's not adding anything to the mental issues he's already having. That's just making them way worse. So I feel for him.